Hey, the best part of my day. How you guys doing? I was in Seattle today doing some work. After 15 years of being in the window and roof and gutter cleaning business, there's some people that have just really become more like friends to me. So I don't really want to stop doing that for them. So I went and did some of that today. So that's why you haven't had your fix yet, baby. Haha. But I'm glad to be here, and I did get a chance to, on my phone while I was working, I'm addicted to this now, I was checking all through the emails. So again, I've got a general osmosis of what I'd like to share tonight because there's about 70 questions about different specific stuff. So let's just get general with health again, and here's another reminder. This is not medical advice, but yeah, so let's get healthy. No matter what the ailment is, this is what I would suggest. Start looking into raw, living, unaltered, whole, unprocessed, natural, earth, organic, locally grown food to consume for your body. Foods that's grown with integrity and the purpose to nourish the human organism. Is that fancy enough? So real food. Can you dig that? You know what I'm saying? Let's all start eating real food, organic food. That's going to be a huge step. That's the platform we start from, but we don't stop there. We also work on the levels of, okay, like let's say, okay, here's the one that pops into my mind. Somebody asked me they had cancer. The C word I should have said. But anyways, this is not medical advice, and I just like to say, like, if I had cancer, I would, number one thing would be fresh air. And it would be very close in second place would be relaxing, resting. And within the relaxing and resting, I would also forge in the forgiveness, the letting go-ness, the recontextualize, which means to recontextualize in my short attention. We'll do a whole video on this sometime, recontextualization. But it's like sort of like if you're halfway up on the mountain, right? You can see, if you're halfway up on the mountain, you look up, right, and you're like, it's all cloudy, and you're talking to the guys up at the summit, and you're on CB, and the guys up at the summit are in the middle of the mountain. You're like, hey, it's all cloudy up there, you know, and the guys on the summit are like, no, it's clear up here. Can you dig it? So it's just a matter of where you're sitting. Where you're at is to matter how it looks. So that's why the scientific paradigm is so limited, because if you're halfway up the mountain, it's a different scientific results than it is when you're on the top of the mountain where it's clear. So can you kind of dig that? You know what I'm saying? It depends on where you are, and that's how the relative truth comes. So that's a little bit of a tidbit there. So we always want to keep that in mind. So recontextualize your life. Recontextualize. Look at your life differently. Because by looking at your life, the things that have happened in your life, what's going on with you right now, you're going to be able to look at things differently. And then when you look at things differently, the things that you look at will change. Okay? So forgiveness, you've got to let the energy flow. And if you're harboring some kind of resentment against Aunt Martha for what she did to you 15 years ago, you know, it could end up manifesting itself some way in the body. So if I had cancer, I would, or any health issue at all, this is what I would do. You know, this is general. I would focus on oxygen. I would find a way to get oxygen into my body as much as possible every day. Now, if you're real sick, you're obviously not going to go running around and jogging. So that was probably going to mean light walking, or opening your window at night when you sleep and putting another blanket over yourself. Whatever you got to do to get fresh ionized oxygen into your blood, okay? Also, what I would do is I would alkalize the tissues. You guys have heard me say this a million times before, but you can never say it enough. Because acidity is like this, bound up, tight, and it ain't moving nowhere. So the stagnation of the dead tissues, of the mutating cells in the organism, no matter what the disease is, the inflammation, if it's chronic, it becomes sclerotic tissue. That's like the stiffness in the back that never goes away because there's so much inflammation from the food choices, the mental constructs of I'm a bad person because I have sexual thoughts, I'm a bad person. You walk around like this because you're a human being and you're so uptight because you believe your mom told you sex is so bad, you're going to burn in hell if you don't, you know what I'm saying? That's just one general example. And it's like, well, wait a minute, you know, none of us would be here if that wasn't part of the human experience. You know what I'm saying? So recontextualize, look at things differently, relax. You're not guilty of anything. But that being said, it's funny because I think about this all the time. I'm not guilty of anything, but that means I also don't get to take credit. Like all the cool stuff that's going on in this lifetime right now, of the success on YouTube and all the raw stuff and the awards and all that. It feels good, but it's like I'm not gonna go, you know, I'm not gonna like lose my mind. So you all better remind me, Dan, stay cool, don't trip, because really this moment right now that I'm sharing with you, the health information, which if I could get on track it would sound better, wouldn't it? But fruits and vegetables, herbs to heal, find out about herbs, find out about adaptogens, but you got to make sure that you're not taking inflammatory type adaptogens. Really what you want to do is Google adaptogens anyways and find out what those are. But right now, really, it's the simplicity of it is because everyone has access to the produce at the grocery store. Spinach, celery, cucumbers. Those things are going to start you off in the right foot. They're going to start to build the blood. They're going to start to mineralize the blood. They're going to start to balance out the deficiencies. I mean, we live in a world where we're going 4 times as fast as we've ever been, and our food is 4 times as weak. So that's why we do things like juicing and smoothies. Okay, so juicing is a concentrated, no energy wasted on digestion. Okay, so it's just super supplementation. The smoothies are a way to keep the fiber, keep the colon moving real good. So you don't get to concentrate as much nutrition in a smoothie. Both are very valuable. I will do a video about that one of these days. Okay, so this is just general health information. Green herbs, simple ones. Just start out with that and then study more about herbs. Learn about nature. Learn about plants. Look to the plants that is provided by this planet, whether it's a hybridized gardener, fruit, or vegetable or herb. There's no point in getting maniacal about it and thinking too much about it, because the point is, if I, like, let's say if I had cancer, would I do better by eating Doritos and hot dogs, or spinach and lettuce? Or would I do better with cupcakes and donuts? Or would I do better with oranges and bananas? It's just only going to be that simple. And I want to point you in the direction of the organic fruits and vegetables. Now, 10 minutes is never enough, but for everyone, there are deficiencies that we can make up with high amounts of raw food nutrition, which is going to be like vegetable juices. That's why we do the green juice, because nobody's going to eat that much celery, but it's so nice and delicious to drink it down, isn't it? I know a lot of you are doing green juices. Fruit for energy. Now, I will say this, and I will be brief about it. If I had cancer, I would eat fruit. You know what I'm saying? Because I would use that fruit to strengthen the healthy cells. In this world, most humans, no offense to anybody, but we're all nuts, because we're living in duality, where we think we need to attack the negative. No, you don't want to ever attack the negative, especially when it comes to health. You want to accentuate the positive. And what's the positive? Fresh air, rest. Lots and lots of sleep. I love sleep. It's my religion. Go to bed early and get up late. Don't let this world take away your sleep from you, because that's your time to be with the Creator and to recharge your batteries. Okay? Also, Krista came in. I got distracted. But also, fresh air, rest, stress-free life. Get rid of people that are stressing you out, man, because it ain't worth it. Silence is where the power is. Spend some time alone in silence to get to know yourself. That's going to be one of the major keys in all of this. I love to be alone. Krista loves to be alone. We love to be alone together, and we go out into the world every once in a while. Get a lot of sleep. Eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. If you're really going to get into it, fast on water 1 day per week. Can you dig it? Drink vegetable juices and eat fruit. Get some fresh air, get some rest, eliminate stressful people from your life, and keep accentuating the positive. Don't worry about attacking the negative. Accentuate the positive in all aspects of your human existence. Thank you very much.